They're in pretty good shape.
6 to shoot, minute 12. Looking for Rollins, 4-3, and blocked by Pippen.
That's a bad possession right there. Dennis Scott held it. Tree Rollins trying to post.
This is B.J. Armstrong. And it's a three. And the Bulls lead it by 11, their biggest lead of the game with under a minute to go in the first half.
Let's see what happens with Hardaway and Shaquille sitting down. To see if the Bulls can push this maybe to 14. Remember, it was at 8 when they sat down.
Bulls extending that defense. That gives Brian Shaw the opportunity to jump. That's a 2. And now the Bulls have 47 seconds remaining in the half. Greg Sager, what's the story on Hardaway's injury?
Kenny's already gone to the locker room. He jammed the big toe on his right foot. He's brought in for a little extra time to get it worked out.
Misses the three. 35 seconds to go in the half. Bulls by 9. Orlando ball with 20 seconds.
That was a set play by Chicago to get a 2-for-1 possession. They like to open the floor. Pippen will shoot the 3. He missed it. If the Magic can score here, they're down 7, which, Bob, I think with everything that's gone on and what the Magic have shot from the free throw line, the fact that Shaquille is not being able to convert offensive rebounds, it would be amazing for them to only be down 7 points.
Brian Hill, he uses the term poise and business-like approach with this young Magic team. The starting backcourt of Chicago, Michael Jordan and B.J. Armstrong, have 30 points. The starting backcourt for Orlando, Nick Anderson and Penny Hardaway, have only 8 points between them.
That's why I said, when you look at statistics, they sometimes lie. You would think with Shaquille O'Neal having 14 offensive rebounds that he would have upwards of 20-something points, but that has not been the case tonight. I think this nervous energy of the Magic tonight has carried over into the rhythm in which they've played the game.
Corey Blunt checks in for this final 30.8 seconds of the half, 20 on the shot clock for the Bulls, or for the Orlando Magic. And they find Donald Royal.
Still have plenty of time. They want to make sure they get a good look and a good shot. Watch Horace Grant shooting the jumper on this possession.
Pick and roll, and he's matched up with B.J. Armstrong. There's the jumper. 7-point Bulls lead, 19.8. Horace Grant, 4 of 5 from the floor tonight, all from the perimeter.
Big stop here right now. Some momentum play right now for Orlando. The crowd's in it. You want to prevent the Bulls from scoring here.
Jordan with 5 seconds. Bushler to Pippen. 3 seconds. Pippen, pull-up jumper. Misses. Bulls couldn't get it done. They stood around and waited for Michael. Jordan couldn't find an opening. Passed it around, and the Bulls with a very half-hearted attempt to score. And the half ends with the Bulls up by 7 and Orlando having to feel a little bit better than they did 1 minute ago.
That the Magic right now have to make their statement. They cannot allow themselves to get back double-digit deficit once again.
Into Michael Jordan, kicks it to Pippen. Off the glass, not this time. Rebound, Horace Grant. Can cut the lead to 5. The Orlando Magic, who in the first half only shot 31% from the floor and 62% from the line.
Remember now, how you start the third quarter says a lot about your team.
Going hard to the hoop is Nick Anderson. Horace Grant gets an inside basket, his first follow basket of this ball game. All the other Horace Grant buckets have come from the perimeter. B.J. Armstrong throws up the jumper. B.J. is feeling it tonight.
You notice that they're involving Shaquille in a lot of screen rolls, and he's not getting out there big. So the Bulls know when they come off, that shot will be there for them, so they'll keep using him in that screen roll till he makes an adjustment.
Armstrong's 5 of 8 tonight, down to Shaquille. Longley has 3 fouls. Shaquille off the glass hard.
Now that was in rhythm. That was a regular season shot. Got the contact turn and shot the jump hook.
Michael's fadeaway goes down. Jordan with 20 points, 18 at the half. Bulls continue to lead by 7. Nick Anderson playing with a touch of the flu tonight. Had a very rough first half. Anderson did not score.
See Michael playing way off in the passing lane, so they cannot get the ball into Hardaway in the post.
8 seconds on the shot clock. Scott on the penetration. Bumps into Jordan. Good spin move. Rebound, Pippen.
That's not Dennis Scott's game, though, putting the ball on the floor.
Pippen gets it back from Tony Kukoc and will go to the free throw line. Oh, I love to watch Kukoc pass the ball.
Let me show you a play right here. We're going to run this forward, the double team, and we'll stop this right here. In game 4, Nick Anderson was staying out there. They've made an adjustment. They're cutting him to the basket. So this guy's trying to play 2 players, and he can't do it. Watch what happens now. That's an adjustment that they have made. Let's see if they keep going to that. Diving through the second cutter to force that weak side guy to pick him up. Then the next guy will be open.
Scottie Pippen having a terrible night at the line. He is 0 for 4, missed both of those free throws, and they are significant. Horace Grant picked up his foul there. He has 2. The penetration, the pass into Shaquille, and he powers it inside and draws the foul. Taking his time, powering his way up to the basket, and he has 4 points that fast, and Longley has 4 personal fouls.
Phil Jackson thought he walked, but he didn't. He just fumbled the pass. He never had control of it.
He didn't have it long enough.
And again, Shaquille has calmed himself down a little bit. He's made his last 4 free throws after missing 6 in a row, make it 5 in a row, and he's made his last 2 field goals. Much calmer to start this 3rd quarter.
And Orlando has cut the Bulls' lead to 4. The crowd calling for defense at the arena. Jordan says so much for defense on that shot. Nobody in his face. Michael has 22. Bulls by 6. Horace Grant answering quickly, but nowhere to go with the ball.
See, Horace is not a playmaker. He's got to get himself on the offensive boards right there.
You were talking to Brian Hill today about the double on SHAQ down low and the need for Horace to come to the front of the rim.
And he's doing that. He just did that there. He got the beautiful pass back. Now the Magic needs some defense to calm this crowd down a little, to keep this crowd excited.
Missed shot from Longley. 4-point game. Dennis Scott cuts it to 1. Timeout, Chicago.
Talk about Shaquille O'Neal in the screen roll. He's not showing up big, so the Bulls know that they can get that shot. But more importantly, the Magic defense, the great passing, the cutting of Horace Grant, the 3-point shot of Dennis Scott, and they're now playing in the Magic rhythm. 5 of 6. Dennis Scott now 4 of 7 from the 3-point line.
And you can call it the Magic Kingdom once again, as the Magic playing here like they did all season. The best record in the NBA at home in the regular season. Kukoc. Chance for the Magic to take the lead on the run.
There's Dennis Scott again.
Orlando's first lead of the game. Scott with 4, make it 5 3-pointers.
This is where you have to have poise. Go to Michael Jordan, let him make a play for you.
Like that. And it's Bulls 58-57.
That's the poise of a champion.
Quick answer for Orlando. Hardaway now has 10, his first hoop of this half. B.J. Armstrong's pull-up.
Shots are coming too quick. This is the Magic tempo. Watch Scott again, spotting up. There he is.
Well, he's really feeling it inside. Nice pass to Shaquille. And the no-look to Horace Grant. Shaquille with 3 quick assists. And Grant has only missed 1 shot in this game.
The Bulls are out of rhythm right now. The Magic have shaken them. They're playing too quickly.
Longley backs off and knocks down a 2 from close end. Longley, by the way, playing with 4 personals. Magic up by 1, 61-60.
Bob, if my math serves me correct, they have scored 18 points in under 5 minutes. They had 43 in the entire first half. That pace is way too fast for Chicago.
Chicago getting him to slow it down a little bit here. Anderson, who has not scored in the game. Down to Shaquille. Single coverage from Longley. Finally, Kukoc gets there, and the foul is committed. And it's going to be on Tony Kukoc.
When you get double teams, you got to cut to the open area. And the Bulls don't do a good job with a weak side rotation. SHAQ looked like Magic Johnson there. The no-look pass over the shoulder. You can see the Magic's confidence rising and rising. Now, the one thing I'm going to throw out there, Shaquille must stay away from his 4th foul. They need to keep this run going through this quarter.
Shaquille O'Neal has now hit his last 6 free throws and is up to 6 of 12 from the line, and his guru Buzzy Brayman breathing easier. Reminds me of a tennis match sometimes with the coach sitting on the sideline. Orlando on a 19-10 run in this quarter, and they've got a chance to expand that lead. The Bulls not ready for that rebound off the miss. Horace Grant knocks it down. 64-60 Orlando.
If Orlando wins this series, he is the MVP. He's been the most consistent player through all 5 games.
20 points, 9 rebounds for Horace Grant. Bulls out of sync. Frenzied defense. Michael sneaks in alone and gets the jam to fall.
Now, let me ask you a question. How can you leave him alone? If anything, you got 3 guys on him.
They've left him alone twice in this game now. And both times he's burned him with a jam and the perimeter shot. Shaquille looking like he's really feeling it. Look at him battle. He has to be held by Pippen. Oh, that's got to make Hulk Hogan happy.
Well, you know what, Bob, I'm going to say it again. He's starting to play offense like he did in the regular season. He's spinning. He's taking his time now. And look at the power on this man. You wonder why a guy gets frustrated. Can you imagine every night playing knowing that every time you go to the basket, they're going to grab you and they're going to hold you? There's nothing wrong with what Chicago's doing, but if they do it to you all night long, eventually that's going to upset you.
Well, the Hulkster's loving it. He said he was here to watch the back of SHAQ tonight. SHAQ doing it all by himself. 14 points for O'Neal, 18 rebounds, 6 of 14 from the line. And you look at this, the difference, he is down 7 in field goal attempts, up 3 in free throw attempts per game.
Well, the reason he's down, I think, in field goal attempts is because he went away from all that little arsenal that he worked on over the summer. He went simply to the power game or to the free throw line.
Now, this huge run by Orlando has netted them only a 2-point lead here.
But they're +9, which is big. So they've been able to make up 7 points in a real hurry.
7 on the shot clock. B.J. Armstrong from 18. He had to force that shot. Horace Grant with his 10th rebound of this ball game. Magic by 2, 5:53 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Now watch on the double down. Horace is going to cut.
Michael gets the steal and the foul on Hardaway. We saw that in Game 4.
You got to meet the pass. Hardaway's standing, and Michael's reading that from the weak side. Shaquille has got to read that, and if Michael's going to rotate over, the guy 1 pass removed will be open. The guy on the weak side, that's when Shaquille can jump in the air and find the guy on the other side of the floor.
Doug, I just noticed something happening I'm going to get you to talk about in a moment, because you know it. It's one of the tricks of Jordan. He's being very friendly with Anthony Hardaway, talking with him between plays, helping him up off the floor.
Yeah, well, he's driving a stake in your chest.
Longley misses. Interesting. Michael Jordan, the psychology of his game. Magic by 2.
Well, he tried to do that with Alonzo Mourning in the Charlotte series. Remember when they had the little thing and Michael was over there wolfing a little bit, and Alonzo came back. All the little subtle things to try to get you thinking about something than beating him.
When Hardaway stubbed his toe in the first half, Michael was over there very quickly to offer his sympathy. Into Grant with 17 on the shot clock, 5:19 to go in the quarter. Magic up 2.
I'd like to see him post Hardaway here. He can get the double team and create a shot for somebody.
There you go. He gets the shot off to Grant, finally, who's going to have to penetrate into Shaquille. Pippen fouls him. I'll tell you something. Scottie Pippen only gives up about 70 pounds to Shaquille, but Scottie Pippen plays hard.
All right, let me show you what's happening, Bob. Double team. The ball's coming to Horace Grant. We're going to stop it right there. He is now attacking. This guy has to step up, and SHAQ is the man right there. So you see it, putting the ball on the floor, so not shooting just jump shots. Shaquille now back into one of those bad spells. He's missed his last 3.
He's a streak free throw shooter. I think that's the best way to say it. And Scottie Pippen has 3 personal fouls for Chicago.
How would you like to live and die with him being your your pupil. Woo. One day you're excited, the next day you're in despair. Look at Buzzy.
Magic by 3, 5:03 to go in the quarter. Magic trailed by 7 at the half. They came out here and opened with a 19-10 run. Inside Longley, and he's fouled by Horace Grant. Now, Longley's a pretty good free throw shooter. He shoots them at an 83% clip, and will go to the line for the first time in this game.
One of the things you're seeing is when the Magic get in, or excuse me, when the Bulls get in trouble, they're going to screen roll and involving Shaquille in the play. They know he does not defend it that well. That time it's Kukoc and Longley. Horace Grant gets the foul.
And Horace has 3, and Longley misses the free throw. So Horace Grant and Shaquille both carrying, and very importantly here with nearly 5 minutes to go in the third, 3 personals apiece.
And they cannot lose either one of those players.
Longley knocks down one of them, and it is once again a 2-point Orlando lead.
Again, what we're going to see, too, now as this game starts to wind down, when both teams go to their benches, Orlando's bench cannot come in with the idea of holding the fort. They've got to come in like, we've got to play well.
Hardaway shoots it over everybody. What a shot by the 6'7" Penny Hardaway. He has 12 in the game.
Aggressive off that screen roll.
Jordan posted up for the fadeaway. Not this time. Hardaway got right in his face. Shaquille has 19 rebounds.
Now Dennis Scott spotting up for 3 if they find him.
They found him, but the defense was out on him in the name of Scottie Pippen. 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Here's screen roll once again. If Pippen helps, there's Hardaway with the 3.
Rebound, Michael Jordan.
See, Hardaway's being much more aggressive. I like what he's doing out here for Orlando right now.
Michael Jordan with that tongue out and the lather going. Looks like he's about to start something. Hardaway misses on the steal attempt. Shaquille with the block. Bulls have only 7 to shoot. I wonder if Scottie knows it. Yes, he does. Big three-pointer from Scottie Pippen, who now has only 9 points in the game. His first scoring of this half, and the Bulls are within 1.
You talk about those little hustle plays. Instead of the Magic having the ball up 4 with a chance to go to 6, they're now only up 1. Those are the big plays that we talk about that turn games.
Hardaway draws the double team. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Open man, Dennis Scott buries the 3. That's 5 3-pointers for Dennis Scott.
We talked about the wild cards, Kukoc and Dennis Scott. Scott is playing great. Tony has gotten very quiet.
Jordan pulls up. The flat jumper goes down. He's only 14 away, and the Magic continues to lead by 2 now. 3:06 to go in a frenzied third quarter. Michael has 28.
See the pace of the game now, though, with the Orlando Magic. The Bulls have got to be able to slow this down a little bit. I think for the Magic to win, they must win it up over 100. I think 95 or under for Chicago.
Hardaway with a trouble on the crossover dribble. 8 on the shot clock. Shaquille way away from the hoop. Now single coverage from Longley. 4. The fadeaway jumper. It goes down for Shaquille, and O'Neal has 17. He had only 2 in the first quarter, only 8 at the half.
Yeah, but did we see that shot early in the series?
This is the second time we've seen it in the whole series. Shaquille with his 20th rebound. Now this Magic team starting to play with more confidence. Michael Jordan with the hand check foul, and the Magic leading by 4 with 2:15 to go. And you and I were talking about the need for Shaquille to add this to his offensive arsenal.
What he's doing now is he's doing all the things in the regular season that helped this Magic team be 39-2 at home. A chance to be the MVP in this league, I think either he or David Robinson. And the guy tonight who's doing the dirty work and not scoring, Nick Anderson. He's very sick. We can see the way he's perspiring. He's just got to keep working and working against Michael Jordan. He might not score a point, but he could be the difference in his team winning or losing this game tonight.
Well, he can't answer the bell here at this point. He's going to have to stay there and pump in fluids. Again, playing with the flu or some kind of viral bug. Magic up by 4. It's Brian Shaw, Anthony Avent, Hardaway, Horace Grant on the floor for the Orlando Magic. And by the way, Avent playing with a touch of the flu also. Craig, what is the official story over there on Nick?
Well, this morning at the shoot-around, he did not participate and had that hooded sweatshirt. Everybody said it was the flu or a cold, but the official word is now they have confirmed he has an upper respiratory infection.
Ah. being the medical expert I am.
You wonder how series change. They change with little things like that. When one of your better players turns an ankle or gets banged up or gets sick.
Orlando's biggest lead of 5 with 2 minutes to go. Jordan spins it out of there. Rebound, Brian Shaw. Orlando down 7 at the half. Dennis Scott, not this time. Way out in front to Pippen. Good pass from Jordan. And Pippen and Scott go into the expensive camera roll. Everybody seems to be okay.
Foul number 3, Dennis Scott.
Now, see, that's a great foul because Scotty has struggled so badly tonight from the free throw line. You don't want to let him get this dunk because that's been a big momentum play for Chicago. Scotty 0 for 4 from the free throw line tonight.
He knocks this one down. Let's take a look at tonight's Chevy scoreboard, which is a reminder of what we have coming up here on TNT right after this game. Down to Texas for the Lakers in San Antonio. Then on TBS, our sister network, following the Braves, we'll have Houston and Phoenix. Both Phoenix and San Antonio hoping to close out their series tonight. Kukoc, double clutch.
Oh, look at Horace Grant on the offensive boards with Bushler.
It's going to be Chicago ball.
I think they're going to say the ball went off Bushler's chest. It will be Orlando basketball.
An overruling call comes from Eddie T. Rush, and Orlando gets the ball leading by 4.
Watch Horace Grant. Look at the hustle by Horace Grant off the shoulder of Bushler. Now, how will the Magic finish this quarter? Can they push it to an 8-point lead, or will the Bulls climb back and maybe tie this game? How teams finish and start quarters so vital come playoff time.
8 seconds on the shot clock. Dennis Scott trying to get his shot off his own dribble. Grant keeps it alive, knocks it out of bounds. Chicago ball trailing by 4.
That's really not Dennis Scott's game, playing one-on-one. His effectiveness has been tonight by what I call being a parasitic player. That's feeding off the greatness of other guys. When he tries to create his own, he gets himself in trouble.
As he did there. Orlando by 4. 1:12 to go in the third quarter. Orlando trailed by 7 at the half. Armstrong gets them all in the air. He goes hard to the hoop. The follow by Pippen. Wave it off. Offensive basket interference.
Shaquille is buying some time on the bench right now. The Bulls are not cutting into this. B.J. Armstrong, 2 guys flying at him. Then Dennis Scott bothers him, misses the shot, and there the ball is on the rim. But then the Bulls take advantage of Shaquille sitting down, and Michael and Scotty have played the entire third quarter. That could be a factor.
Shaw with the drive and the bounce pass to Horace Grant. And it gets to go, and it is 75-69 Magic by 6. Chicago has only scored 19 points in this quarter. Jordan's lean-in jumper doesn't go down. Air ball to Horace Grant.
That was a 2-for-1 possession. The Bulls trying to get a quick score. Boy, this could be big. If the Magic score here, it's an 8-point lead. That would be a 17-point turnaround. Excuse me, a 15-point turnaround in this quarter.
7 on the shot clock, 19 in the quarter. Hardaway knocks down the 3. Oh, baby. Magic by 9. 14 to go in the quarter. Bulls are scrambled. Double team on Pippen. Into Kukoc. Armstrong with the drive. Out of there. Kukoc puts it back. He'll have a foul and go to the line with 1.9 seconds to go in the quarter. And you're looking at a revitalized Orlando Magic basketball team.
Well, they're big guys. They're stars. Hardaway and Shaquille took over this quarter. Now, what's going to happen is Phil Jackson is going to have to go to his bench here. Michael has played the entire time. So when they sit him down, the Bulls are going to have to be able to hold it close so that Michael can come in and try to finish this game off.
Kukoc misses from the free throw line. Michael Jordan has scored 10 points for Chicago in the quarter, but the rest of the Bulls have only been able to come up with 9 points between them. And the Bulls, having Orlando-like free throw stats, Chicago is 14 of 22 from the free throw line. 8-point Magic lead. Horace Grant.
If that goes in, we know Horace is unconscious.
Orlando comes from a 7-point deficit out scores. Chicago 35-20 has made the difference for Orlando, outscoring Chicago 35-20.
And the hustle board, so vital, and all those intangible things that we talked about, the Magic +6. Michael Jordan got about a 30-second rest, and he's coming back in. Phil Jackson realizing, I've got to have Michael and Scotty. We are down 8. We've got to make our move right now.
Steve Kerr on the floor. Michael played 23 minutes in the first half. 10 seconds to shoot for Orlando.
This could be a big possession. It could put the Magic up double figures. That's not happened all night long.
O'Neal's turnaround again. The offensive board stolen by Hardaway. Shaw buries the 3.
And add one more to the hustle board. 3 points.
Magic by 11, their largest lead of the game. Hardaway has 10 assists in this game.
Now, Shaw cannot allow Steve Kerr to be a factor.
Bushler on the floor for Chicago to Purdue. And Shaquille O'Neal got a piece of that one. 4 blocked shots for Shaquille. Anderson is still 0 for the game in scoring. Bulls on the run. They have the numbers. Pippen's going to pull up and miss the 3. Ball out of bounds off Nick Anderson. Remember, playing ill tonight. He's 0 for 7 and struggling, but giving him as many minutes as he can.
Horace Grant on the bench right now for the arrest. I'm sure Brian Hill would like to keep him there maybe till about the 8-minute mark. Interesting substitution. Harper coming in. Will it be for Bushler?
Or
it's going to be for Pippen. So Phil Jackson going to rest Scottie Pippen here. Bring in Harper. So with that team on the floor right now, Michael Jordan is the only guy that can score unless you give Bushler layups.
And that's a nice reversal for Judd Bushler, who gets it on the inbounds play. Magic lead at 9. Kerr and Bushler, Harper, Jordan, and Purdue on the floor for Chicago.
Remember, Brian was big in the game that they won in Chicago.
Fouled by Harper.
He came off the bench to give them big-time points. He's given them very good production tonight.
The foul on number 9, Ron Harper.
That's the second personal on Harper. Pippen has 3 personals for the Bulls. Longley 4. Nobody else in foul trouble. Both Grant and O'Neal carry 3 fouls for the Orlando Magic.
Look at this lineup that Chicago has on the floor right now. Michael Jordan's a power forward. He's under the basket rebounding right now. You've got Will Purdue, who's really not a scorer. Steve Kerr, who will spot up and shoot the 3s. Harper, who's a slasher, and Bushler. So this has got to be a defensive lineup that Phil Jackson's hoping to go to get his team back into the game. 2 big missed free throws.
Orlando 14 of 27 from the line. Eastern Conference semifinals, game 5, series tied at 2. Orlando Magic leading 81-72 with 10.5 minutes to go in this ball game.
Shaquille's got to show up big on this screen roll.
Jordan on the hard drive.
No basket.
Well, he drew a crowd.
Foul number 20.
It's on Brian Shaw, and Michael will go to the free throw line, where he has not missed tonight. Jordan carrying 28 points in the game.
When Michael Jordan gets to the outside of the floor, it's all kinds of problems. Penny Hardaway pushed him down there, and when he's gotten down there tonight, something positive has happened for Chicago. They have got to push him back to the middle where they can get help.
Michael 7 of 7 from the line.
It's easier said than done trying to guard Michael Jordan. I guess that would be the equivalent of trying to tackle Barry Sanders in the open field.
A good analogy. 81-74 Magic now. Bulls trying to pull back in here. They led by 7 at the half, did the Bulls, but they were outscored 35-20 by Orlando to go down at the beginning of this quarter. In low, O'Neal. He's not going to miss down there.
I can only tell you the difference in his game in this half is that he's calmed himself down. He was so hyper in the first half, but why not? It's a 5th game, something and somewhere that Orlando has never been before.
Bushler from Purdue, 10 on the shot clock. Bushler on the drive. Who's the open man? Harper. Back to Bushler. He's got a good jump shot. Knocks it down from over there. And Judd Bushler with 4 points off the bench. That's something I'm sure the Magic weren't expecting. 83-76 Orlando.
Now, Phil Jackson just said to Will Purdue, get him off the block. And here's an unforced error by Brian Shaw.
And a timeout is called on the floor. It's an official timeout. And Shaquille O'Neal has 19 points and 20 rebounds.
Timeout. They open the floor up for Shaw to go against Kerr.
Kerr, a very intelligent defensive player, batted away. Chicago on an 8-2 offensive spurt now. 15 on the shot clock for the Magic.
Again, this is with Scottie Pippen sitting on the bench, so Orlando has not been able to take advantage.
Now, hard to the hoop comes Dennis Scott. Rebound. Will Perdue.
I tell you, if I'm Brian Hill, I got to get Penny Hardaway back in the game.
Now Brian Scott trying to play Jordan. Harper on the floor, and the foul, hand check on Brian Shaw. That'll be his third.
This run all started with Brian Shaw's missed 2 free throws. They were up 9. They could have pushed it to 11. The Bulls now cut it to 5 with a chance to go to 3 or 2.
Michael Jordan with a screen and roll for Perdue. Tongue hanging out. Finds Kerr, looking for Perdue in the post. Here's the screen by Perdue. Michael Jordan missing. Loose ball foul is going to be on Chicago. It's on Judd Bushler.
See, with this lineup that Phil's got on the floor, the only guy that can really score is Michael. Let's see if Scottie comes in for Michael right now to give Michael a little bit of a rest.
That's what's happening. Michael to the bench and Pippen on the floor.
Remember, in Game 3, when this occurred, Chicago went on a 14-1 run when Michael rested and took the lead on Orlando after they had taken a 10-point lead.
Let's see what Scottie Pippen does at this point in this game.
Look at this interior position, though, that Shaquille's getting. He's posting up right in front of the rim.
Foul on Perdue. 8:12 to go in the game. Coming up right after this, we'll be going to Texas. Lakers at San Antonio. Spurs leading the series 3-1 right after this game on TNT. 8 minutes to go in the game. Magic by 5, looking for O'Neal in the post.
How about that fadeaway jumper again? We're going to see that?
He thought about it. Open man is Nick Anderson, who's 0 for 7. Dennis Scott's been feeling it. Inside, it's blocked. 6 on the shot clock for Orlando. Bulls playing good defense on this possession.
How long will Anthony Hardaway stay out of the game? That's going to be a real key right now. Magic losing a little of their poise right now with him sitting down.
4. You see the time remaining to shoot. Dennis Scott trying to work for the shot. The fadeaway, big bucket from Dennis Scott. He has 19 points, 5 triples in the game, and Hardaway gets to rest a little longer.
Now, who's going to score for Chicago? Is it going to be Pippen or Steve Kerr? Really, nobody out here to score.
Kerr trying to get his shot off his own dribble. Perdue with 4 is going to find Harper with 2. Misses everything. Shot clock violation. And you're right, the Bulls have nobody on the floor who can score. Chicago 2 of 12 tonight from the arc.
Phil's got to be very careful with this team he's got on the floor right now. They're up 7. Excuse me, the Orlando's up 7. And if they get down 11 points, they're going to be in trouble with 6 minutes to go. So he's got to be very careful. The fact that he has really no scores on the floor right now other than Scottie Pippen.
Down by 7 into Anderson. Back to O'Neal. He thought about the little jumper. Anderson gets his first basket of the game. Chicago timeout. Phil Jackson waited a little too long. Maybe Steve Kerr irate, throwing his towel and kicking the side of the scorer's table. Growing up, they've been led by Horace Grant.
Well, I think the first series against Boston really taught us a lesson. We grew up in that series a little bit, but we still have a lot more to learn about the game of basketball because we are such a young team. But I think in this series with the Bulls, we will come of age. If not, we'll be at home the next round.
You've granted our wishes, they say here in Orlando for Horace Grant. 7 minutes to go. Anthony Hardaway is going to stay on the bench for a moment longer. Phil Jackson has changed his lineup. Now we have B.J. Armstrong and Pippen, who will join Michael Jordan, Bill Winnington, and Tony Kukoc on the floor.
Be aware now, Whittington's screen roll. He will shoot the jumper against SHAQ. That could be a weapon as the Bulls run their half-court offense.
Down to 8 seconds for Chicago. B.J. kicks it to Pippen. Down to 5. Winnington has to take the bailout shot. It's not there. Bulls playing with a great deal of a tentative attitude here, trailing by 9 with 6:32 to go.
And it's amazing, Anthony Hardaway is still on the bench. They have been able to buy 6 minutes with him sitting down. He's getting ready to check in after the next dead ball.
8 seconds on the shot clock. Horace Grant in the paint. This is this with Pippen. Tips it out to Dennis Scott.
Another hustle stat, that hustle board, look at it now, up to 9, plus 9 for the Magic.
Time down to 6 minutes to go in the game, and Pippen's going to be called for the hand check. That's 4 on Pippen, and Hardaway is coming back into the game for Brian Shaw.
And Brian Shaw did a nice job. He gave them a nice lift and bought them 6 minutes, and they lost no points off their lead with him out there on the floor.
Scott will inbound for Orlando. The Bulls, by the way, will be in the penalty on their next foul. They've committed 4 team fouls. Orlando only 2. Shaquille against Wennington. Nobody stops that double team. Shaquille O'Neal has brought his game tonight. 21 points, 20 rebounds. And that ties the biggest lead of the game.
And Tony Kukoc has got to get involved offensively. This second half, he has been a non-factor.
He scored 1 basket. Kukoc into the paint, kicks to Jordan. He'll take the 3 and make the 3. That's a big bucket for Chicago. It cuts the lead to 8 with 5:33 to go, and Jordan has 35.
Magic must keep their poise because you know Chicago is going to come at them defensively. They cannot go through one of those sequences where they turn the ball over and don't get shots at the basket.
Shaquille too far away, so they have to turn around to take the jumper. Hardaway, offside rebound, won't fall. Kept alive by Jordan, saved by Armstrong.
Well, that's a big play right there.
Armstrong back quickly. Good defense by Anderson. Pippen to the penetration. Blocked by Shaquille. 5 blocks in the game for Shaquille O'Neal.
And Shaquille can play aggressively because he stayed out of foul trouble in the 3rd quarter. Scotty with a little look away, and Shaquille with the big block.
And a big game tonight.
Watch Michael Jordan reversing on this inbounds play. He'll try to suck you in and grab you and then reverse to the rim.
He's wide open, lost Anderson on a screen and buries it. Michael has 37, and the Bulls have pulled to within 6 with 4:52 to go in the game. This may be the beginning of the frenzied Bulls outburst that Orlando has to face.
Be very careful here getting the ball up court. They got to get into their sets and free throw shooting again because you know Shaquille, they're going to put him to the line if he gets the interior position.
There's the double team on Shaquille. Open man Nick Anderson with the drive. Pass to Horace Grant.
See, Shaquille is not jumping in the air tonight, Bob. Remember on Sunday afternoon when he left his feet? He's not doing that tonight.
24 for Grant. He's only missed 3 of 13 shots. Pick and roll, BJ and Wennington. Wennington has that shot from 17, not this time. Pippen is there for the offensive boards, out of bounds. Chicago ball, 4:08 to go.
See the double team by Shaquille. He muscles through, and then the drive. They don't shoot the 3, and the slow rotation by Chicago. Someone else has got to score, though, beside Michael Jordan.
Wennington is 1 of 7 tonight. Jordan, a nearly impossible shot, and the defensive rebound goes to Shaquille O'Neal.
Boy, oh boy, it looked like he was, oh man.
Near steal by Kukoc.
Almost 2 turnovers there on that sequence. And the Magic get away with it and still have the basketball.
Up by 8 with 3:47. Shot clock to 7. Scott with 5 threes tonight. That's a 2. He's fouled on the shot by Tony Kukoc.
Not only that, you foul a jump shooter as the shot clock is winding down. 2 Cardinal sins on 1 play. See, Michael now has to take an impossible shot. But in fairness to Michael, no one else is looking to score, Bob. He's the only guy looking to be aggressive right now. It's almost like, Michael, bail us out. They will not win this game if Michael Jordan has to carry them home right now. Someone's got to give him some help.
Michael Jordan, 14 of 27 from the field tonight. Pippen and Kukoc combined are 6 of 18. And Dennis Scott, you said tonight at our opening, Doug, that Dennis Scott would be a barometer the way he would step up and knock down his shots tonight for Orlando.
Well, he now has 22 points.
10-point Magic lead. And 3:38 to go.
And Tony Kukoc is 2 for 6, and all those came early.
Michael Jordan down low. He'll get that to follow. Michael has 39 points. It's an 8-point game. Still not over with 3:19 to go. The Bulls are in the penalty. Magic have committed only 2 team fouls.
Remember now, though, in Game 3 when the Bulls lost, Michael had 40.
8 to shoot. Down to Shaquille. There's the quick double team. Open man cutting to the rim. Anthony Hardaway from O'Neal. Timeout, Chicago.
It's put them in all kinds of problems. Orlando doing a good job out of the double teams tonight.
Orlando very balanced scoring again. If you look at the big 3 numbers there, Orlando has 22 from Scott to add to their numbers on the board there. And only 5 from Tony Kukoc. What a disappointment that has been for the Bulls offensively.
You know, BJ had the big first half. They've got nothing from him in the second half. Scotty has struggled, and all they've done now is look to Michael Jordan,
who has 39 points. Maybe too little too late in a losing cause, though. B.J. Armstrong is only 1 basket this half. Pippen from long range. He short arms it. Scottie Pippen looking tired. B.J. will try the 3. It doesn't go down. O'Neal with the rebound. That's 22 rebounds for Shaquille in this game, and they're on their feet at the arena.
the hustle board at the end of 3 was +6. It is now +10 Orlando.
Hardaway's fall-away jumper. Rebound from Bill Winnington, and the Bulls have the run here. They're going to try to score as fast as possible, of course. And Dennis Scott nearly beheaded B.J. Armstrong.
Question is that a 2-shot foul?
It's a 2-shot foul.
They say he got past Dennis Scott, I guess, so he had a path to the basket. Are they going to call a flagrant?
Yeah.
This could really be big. This could be a 4 or 5 point swing.
B.J. Armstrong shooting 2.
That's pretty flagrant.
I don't think Dennis meant to pull him down.
Intent doesn't count.
That's exactly right.
B.J. Armstrong knocks it down. He'll get another one, and the Bulls will get the ball back, and that's big.
Oh, it's real big, because if B.J. hits his free throw, it's an 8-point game. A 3-pointer could cut it to 5, and still about 5 or 6 possessions left in this ball game. So
maintain possession.
it looked like Dennis tried to grab him here, and then he did get a little extracurricular there at the end, I guess.
I'd say so. That's like one of those unintentional face masks in football. 2 minutes to go in the game. Winnington's open for the jumper. It was blocked by Horace Grant. Came out to throw it back in his face. That was big. Orlando by 8. 1:50 to go. Eight on the shot clock.
Let Hardaway break his man down here off the dribble.
4. Up and under Shaquille. No basket, but he'll go to the line where he's struggled in the latter part of the game. He's only 7 of 17 all night from the free throw mark.
Bob, is it my imagination, or is it in this half, Shaquille played with more of a passion that we've seen in the entire series? Animation, passion, energy.
I think it's because he brought the Hulkster here. And I agree with you. His passion is very high. 21 points, 22 rebounds, 5 blocks, knocks down the free throw. Coming up right after this game, the Lakers at San Antonio. Spurs leading in the series 3 games to 1. It's showbiz, baby. And then at TBS, following the Braves game tonight, Houston at Phoenix. So we'll have both of those Western Conference games on for you on either TNT or TBS.
Michael Jordan has 39. One of the reasons. B.J., Pippen, Kukoc to combine 2 for 15 in this half.
They've had their opportunities and just won't fall. Pippen. Winnington also has struggled, and he continues. He's 1 for 9 from the floor, Bill Winnington.
When he makes that shot, he's a factor. When he doesn't, he's not, because he cannot keep Shaquille away from the basket. The Magic, this is the biggest win in their history, in my estimation. More so than even the road win in Chicago.
These fans are feeling that way. Nick Anderson with the reverse from Hardaway. And that will be the cherry on the sundae. Orlando's biggest lead, and it's all over. Orlando's going to take the decisive 3-2 lead in Game 5 of the best-of-7 series. It'll go back to Chicago on Thursday. B.J. Armstrong will just get in for the lay-in, but it's way too little, way too late. The Magic by 10. Orlando has outscored Chicago by 17 points here in the second half.
Bob, I have felt all along in this series, and I know that Orlando won the first game 94-91, but it was sort of a giveaway late by Chicago. They had that game won. They won Game 3 in Chicago with 110 points. If Penny Hardaway gets one of these 2 free throws, they're going to be at the 100-point mark, and I believe it's imperative if they're going to win this series to win the 4th game of this series, they're going to have to get the score at 100 or more.
189 Orlando. In the second half, the Magic has outscored the Bulls 57-39. Dennis Scott came in and came up big in this ball game. Dennis had 5 3-pointers, 22 points in the game.
Remember, Hardaway missed his first 6 shots, didn't stop playing, and he's got 19 points now and 11 assists.
Inside to Wennington for the jam with only 17 seconds to go in the game. So now Chicago goes back to the United Center, where they won on Sunday to pull the series even, but where they also know that the Orlando Magic has won the first game of that series up there. So the United Center offers no scary picture to the Orlando Magic, who have played very well on the road in the playoffs, including 2 big wins in series number 1 at Boston.
Bob, I'll tell you what they have to resist, though. Resist the feeling that they got a game in their pocket, okay? And you see what happens. The team that wins this game has won 76 of the 89 series in a best-of-7. But, Bob, to finish the thought, Orlando cannot play with the idea that there is a 7th game. I think they have to play with the idea there's only that 6th game. If it goes to 7, that's fine. But don't give the Bulls another chance to come back in here and beat you once again.
Michael Jordan, you see his face. By the way, his face is on the cover of Sports Illustrated this week for the 33rd time, which ties Muhammad Ali for the most appearances on the cover of SI. But it doesn't do him any good here tonight. The Magic by 10. Orlando has this one locked up. They'll take a 3-2 lead. The series will go back to Chicago Thursday night. We'll be there for you on TNT. In the first half, Shaquille O'Neal, high adrenaline, high energy, rushing his game. Doug, you called it. He came back out, slowed down in the second half, and you see what he did.
And also, too, after 13 offensive rebounds in the first half, only 1 in the second half. So his game actually picked up when he wasn't slapping and tipping the ball. They're really catching it, taking his time, making plays. Hardaway 4 for 7 in the second half. I think that high energy and all that nervousness really got to Orlando in the first half.
Bushler keeps it alive for B.J. Armstrong. The tip in back in. Judd Bushler will get credit for it. 8.5 seconds to go. And Orlando has defended at the Magic Kingdom here tonight with 5.5 seconds to go. Horace Grant has played his usual consistent big game. Horace Grant with 24 points and 11 rebounds tonight. In the second round, Horace has been averaging 19.5 points. So he's even above his average here in the second half.
You know, Chicago might have to change their thinking in Game 6, and if there is a Game 7, they have said, we're going to make Horace Grant beat us.
Yeah.
You know, right now he is. And they might have to think about that. They might have to change up some of the rotations defensively. Maybe make some other guys do some things out on the floor that they don't want to do. But Horace has been sensational.
Horace had a good line in today's paper. He said, this has been a series of adjustments, and the last big adjustment will probably win the series. 103-95 Orlando. Michael Jordan with 39 points. They weren't enough. Pippen and Kukoc combined 6 of 19, and between them could score only 1 field goal in the entire second half. Craig Sager with Horace Grant.
Well, Horace, you've granted Orlando's wishes. You made this team a title contender. How sweet is it to beat the Bulls?
Well, it's another victory. You know, it was a whole team effort, and you know that's what we need to win a championship.
Bill Jackson says we're going to make Horace Grant beat us. You're beating them. Does that bother you?
No, that doesn't bother me at all. You know, I'm going to let Bill talk. I'm going to play.
The team was down at half. Shaquille O'Neal was hurrying his shots. You're down by 7. What was the difference in that big third quarter?
I think that the difference, we came out and played very aggressive. We forced them to turn the ball over, and we hit some big shots.
You were booed last time in Chicago. Now you go back there with a chance to close out the season for the Bulls.
I'm expecting the boos a lot louder.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Horace. Bob.
Our Budweiser player of the game is Horace Grant. And by the way, if you're into numerology, Orlando has won games 1, 3, and 5. The Bulls game 2 and 4. And if you know about mathematical progressions, that spells Orlando any way you look at it. 103.95, the Magic tonight. Let's go to Ernie Johnson in Atlanta.
Thank you very much, Bob Neal. 60-45 in the second half as Orlando erases that 7-point halftime deficit and takes a 3-2 series lead. Big-time stuff, Mike Fratello, from the Magic. Brian Hill must have said the magic words at halftime.